Hi, welcome back. This is part two of Colleague Basic Navigation. In this section, we're going to talk about working with people. Um, so people are naturally our most valuable resource here at CTC. So we want to make sure that we enter and maintain their information into the colleague database as correctly as we possibly can. We also need to make sure that we don't duplicate records. Okay. We don't need the same person in there two or maybe three times. So when you start your colleague session, you're probably going to have a couple different goals in mind. You're either going to be going in to look for basic information about a person, or you're going to be going in to update or enter new information. So this lesson is going to cover how to find people in the colleague database. Working with people in colleague is one of the simplest functions there is, but there are a few basic things that you have to know. As mentioned earlier in the familiarization lesson, you can search for people one of three ways, either by CTC ID, which is the best way, by social security number, or by name. And again, if you're searching by name, it's going to be last name, comma, space, first name, or at least last name, comma, space, first initial. The more information you can enter in regards to a person's name, the closer to that actual person you're going to get when you click the search button. So I'm going to make sure that you know exactly where I'm clicking and which icons I'm using as we go through this process. Again, if you have any questions, please email me. There's my email address, or give me a call. There's my phone number. So we're going to start with the person search button. The person search button is right up here. If you have to make sure that this person search button right here, kind of ignore the green lines right now, but this is the person search button. You have to make sure this person search button is selected before you start searching for an employee. We're going to search here by employee ID, because again, if you have a person's ID number and you put that into the search, it's only going to bring up that person. So once you have the ID number entered into the search field, then you're going to click the search button. That's this magnifying glass where the green lines are. So I'll click that, and here you can see we have Barbie test loaded in our context cards area. But here in the context card, you're going to see the person's name, their ID number, their address, phone numbers. If they have more than one phone number, they're going to be listed here. If they have an email address, which most everybody has one of those nowadays, you'll see the email address listed. You may find this important. You mostly probably won't even realize what it means, but this is just the different areas in Colleague where this information is currently being used. You'll see their date of birth, and also their social security number will be listed here. So again, doing a search by ID number is the easiest way to find somebody in Colleague, but you can also search by social security number. So let me get that set up. I put in the first three digits of a person's social security number. This number has been used before because here in the person's search history, you can see that it lists that full social security number. So if that social security number pops up down here while you're typing, there's no need to continue typing. You can just come down here to the search history and click the appropriate one. So now we have two context cards listed or loaded in the context card area. You can see up here in the top right corner, it says this is card 2 of 2. So that's how I know there's more than one context card open. You can cycle through these cards using the right scroll button here, or icon. It's not really a button, it's an icon, or the left scroll icon here. I'll click the left scroll icon, and you'll see it takes us back to Barbie Test. Now, if you happen to find the same person in here twice, you won't see a duplicate ID number. There are no duplicate ID numbers in Colleague. Those are all unique. But if you see the same person's information under two different ID numbers, then you'll want to give Employment Services a call, and their number is here on the screen, right here. Give them a call and tell them that you believe you found a duplicate entry in Colleague. Give them the name and ID numbers, and they'll go in and take a look. And if any corrections need to be made, they'll make those corrections. But don't just ignore duplicate information. If there's duplicates, let Employment Services know. All right, so far so good, right? You're doing awesome. I can tell you're absorbing all this information. Hopefully I'm not going too fast. You can always come back and rewatch the video before you move on to the quiz questions. So don't feel pressured that you have to do it all at one time. It's not like that. All right, so we're going to take a look now at searching for an employee or a student, right? This applies to both employees and student. I'm so used to saying employees because I work in HR and I don't typically search for students. I search for employees. Maybe I should just say we'll search for a person. So yeah, searching by last name only is not recommended. I believe I mentioned in the first video that if you search by Jones or Smith, you're going to get hundreds of different entries and you have to scroll through those to try and find the correct one. And if you only have a last name, you're never going to find the person you need by last name only. Okay, you need at least a first initial. Okay, all right, so searching by a last name, first initial. Here you can see I used me as an example. There's not a lot of Wymans out there. But if I just put the last name, you can see there are 51 results. So 51 people out there have the same last name I do. Students and employees. So if we throw in a first initial, we can narrow that down just a little bit more. You can see that there are only 12. Okay, down here at the bottom, you can see this is 1 through 8 of 12. So by adding a first initial, we've narrowed it down from 51 to 12. Okay. And if you add the entire first name, then you'll narrow that down to 3. So the more information you can put in, the more likely you are to find the person you're looking for. So you can see this individual here, David A, is most likely a student because he's only listed in the student and the apps. The David P, he's got a few more, but student, app. And then there's me. Okay, there's me. And you can see I have faculty, human resources, student, all the goodies. All the goodies. You'll also be able to tell by looking at the address, most likely, whether that person is local or not. All right, you got that? Okay, so again, searching by ID number is the best way. If you don't have that, if you have a social, you can search by social, second best way. Third way to search is by name, last name, comma, space, first name. So once you find the one that you want, right, I clicked on this one, which is me. Then you click the open button down here in the bottom, or open icon right here. And now I have me loaded here in the context cards. So we have 3 context cards open now. If you want to see all of the context cards, all of the people that you have loaded, we have this button right here. This is called the View All Records in the context area. So if I click this, It'll open that up and it'll display all three people. There's Brandon and Barbie and me. So if there's a record that you no longer need to use, then you click that option and then you click remove. All right, real easy to do. Real easy to do. So if I click Barbie test and then I click the remove button, then Barbie will be removed from the context cards. When you're done looking at all of your loaded context cards, you can click the close button up in the corner and it'll close that area. When you're finished with all of the context cards, there's a close button here for the context cards. And when you click that close button, it'll ask you if you want to close just the current record or if you want to close all records or all context cards. So I'll click close all. We'll just wipe out everybody and we're good to go. So there is your basic working with people, searching, okay? How to go out and find employees, how to go out and find students. So you're well on your way to being our next colleague expert. So let's check your knowledge with a few review questions before moving on to the next lesson. The first thing you should do on searching for a person is it A, B, C, or D? If you said click the person search button, then you are correct. Which of the following is not a usable search criteria when looking for people? This should be an easy one, right? Yeah, we never even mentioned position code. You can only load one record in context card area at a time. Well, that's obviously false because I showed you how to load at least 3 context cards at the same time. You can add a person's record to the context card area using the person search history. Is that true or is that false? That is absolutely true. So there you go, another one down. Ready to move on to working with forms? Let's see what happens. I'll see you in the next lesson.